I want to introduce Peter to you now. Peter, managing owner of the Boatyard in Kilifi. Hi, Peter.
Peter,
Morning.
I just want to ask you about why Kilifi and why you decide to have that business, because I see it is a quite big amount of boat which you're repairing.
Why Kilifi? Kilifi is a perfect natural harbour. We're outside of the cyclone belt, so the cyclones never come this far north. We're 3.5 degrees south of the equator.
Yeah, on equator it's normally
So it's,
pretty much bad stuff.
It's a fabulous anchorage. It's a great place to sail. Kenya is a good place. We've got good places to the north, good places to the south, and it's a great place to live.
Yeah, but it is about 30 meters depth in the harbor. Is it any problem for you? Because it's not comfortable for anchorage. It's even not possible.
Well, the main channel is 30 meters. Most of our moorings are in 15 to 20 meters, and then it drops off on the far side into 30 meters of depth. So where our moorings are, it's absolutely fine. The back of the creek, where there is no road access, is at 6 meters.
Yeah, it's quite shallow.
It's very shallow, but there's a huge amount of fetch across the bay. Where we are in the mouth of the creek, there's a lot less fetch, wave action than in the back. So I think we're in the right place.
Mm-hmm. Peter, how many boats do you repair every year?
We have about 100 active customers, but we do 3 or 4 major rebuilds a year. So at the moment we're rebuilding a steel boat. We have done a lot of panel beating on an aluminium boat, and we're putting new engines into a fiberglass boat. Those are the 3 major projects that we got on at the moment. We normally do 3 or 4 of those a year, and then we have recurrent small jobs with probably 30 or 40 other yachts and fishing boats.
Okay, cool. But I see you have a lot of boat which is just staying, or it is any repairs on it as well?
No, we've got boats that where an owner has died, or he's lost interest, or he wants to move on. So we have 3 or 4 boats on the hard that are staying here. We have every boatyard I know has some boats that are not being paid for.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
And so we have them. When it gets too much, sadly we have to auction them. But no, we're busy in the yard. I mean, like now we've got a boat on the slipway with which is a wooden boat, a Harrishoff copy. We're replacing planks in that. So we work in every medium: aluminium, steel, fiberglass, wood.
So the full range of jobs.
Full range. I mean, we have a small crane that we can lift the masts off, service the masts, take engines out. I mean, we've changed engines in the last 7 years. We've changed engines from 14 horsepower to 600.
Oh yeah,
so
that's amazing.
So yeah, I mean, we tackle everything, and we've got a large number of subcontractors that we call in who are specialists in their field as well.
Oh, cool. So, can you show us, please, your boatyard?
Yeah, we can have a walk around the yard.
There's not probably a lot of Russian speakers coming here. Probably I'm just first one.
You're the first one in a very long time. Before the sort of piracy started, we used to get 35 to 42 boats a year on average. After the piracy started, it started slowing down until one year we had none. And
Nice.
Very bad for business. It was the perfect time to get involved in the boatyard. It was cheaper. But now we're on the up. I mean, this year we've got 6 or 7 boats that are coming in from overseas, and we have more boats that are coming up and down the coast. People are sailing up from Tanzania. If you go to...
So it's good places for sailing. It's
Yeah.
very beautiful.
Yes, it is. It's fairly seasonal because the south monsoon is very strong, and the current offshore can go up to 3.5 knots.
Sometimes it could be even 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
On the mooring, we continue the tour of the Boatyard. I have already shown it before, but I will show it again. This is a restaurant.
Okay.
There is a toilet and a shower room near the restaurant.
Okay.
Then there is a stand that takes the boats ashore. Here's the engine from him. This is the main office. The shop.
Okay, let's see what we're working on in the yard at the moment. We've got this wooden boat here replacing some timber planks and doing some caulking, respray, and not a respray but a surface paint and scraping and varnish. So yeah, that boat will be on the has been on the slipway for about a week, and by the time should finish it on Monday, I think.
What is here?
In here we've got our outboard engine workshop and battery charging facility, where mostly we're repairing tender outboards. The bigger engines we send up to Yamaha themselves, and then we've got various stores to our left: engine store, bonded store, timber store, and then a welding workshop where we work in stainless, aluminium, mild steel. We do TIG, MIG, pulse MIG, pulse on pulse TIG for aluminium. This fishing boat is a boat that we built from a kit. It's built in marine grade aluminium. We bought the aluminium overseas with mil spec aluminium. It was pre-cut and arrived as a flat pack boat, and then we built her here in situ as a custom build for a guy who wants an open sport fishing boat. Then
Is it some complicated task for us?
no, I don't think it's complicated. It's basic engineering skills coupled with using the proper specifications. This steel boat is a Bruce Roberts design, and we're doing 100% rebuild on her, replating, new interior, rebuild the engines, new rigging, new sailing instruments, new fridges. And then Jamala is a boat that was brought in here, and the owner is actually working on her himself. And here is the owner. One owner for Jamala. One desperate owner for Jamala. But now the timber is dried out, he soon can start work on patching her back up again. This metal boat on the right was built on a sugar plantation in Madagascar, trucked in down to the sea from the middle of Madagascar Island, and is here while the owner is in England. And we'll put her back in the water in about 6-7 weeks' time, having had a small replating job. This boat to our right, no keel. It has a lifting keel, French design.
Lifting keel.
Yeah.
It's like a swell boat.
Yeah, she's a beautiful little boat. We did a rebuild on this boat about 6 years ago. The owner took her away, and unfortunately parked her on top of the groin in Magahinga in Madagascar. Badly damaged the hull. She came back here for panel beating, and yeah, you can see where we've put in patches in the hull and
it's like a steel, or what is it?
this is an aluminium boat.
Aluminium.
It's 5086, 5083 aluminium.
Okay.
And the mast is off, waiting for the new rigging to arrive. We put new rigging on, and then the owner is going to take her sailing again. The lift keel, very popular French design, and the keel retracts up in and when the keel is down, she points very, very nicely. I've sailed this boat back from Tanga a few years ago. She's a lovely boat to sail. This is we're making a new raft that we use for lifting and dropping our moorings. We check our moorings annually. And
that's cool.
so completely new framework for it, new timber, and then we'll put 8 of these 200-litre drums underneath.
Ah, like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we have 1.6 tons of possible flotation, and with our guys on, we lift the blocks, float them out, drag them out, put them down, pick them up and bring them back in. And then
So here is the mast works.
here is masts that have been stripped. All the blocks have been checked. We find an awful lot of the pulley sheaves in the mast need new bushes, so we replace them with the bronze bushing in them, and then we put in new cables, new rigging, re-step the mast.
Okay.
This is a boat that's just here for storage. Say, Frenchman came in earlier in the year, has gone to Europe for a few months.
What is that? A Benito?
It's
No?
Benito.
Benito.
Benito 36. Steel boat, again in process of rebuild, replating, and a new interior. And then here is a boat that we are totally rebuilding. Again, this is getting a complete new engine package, a new Beta 35 horsepower with a sail drive, totally new interior, new floors. We've stripped out all the linings, checked all the reinforcement structure on the deck, put in a couple of ribs, and again new rigging, new paint. This is about a Moody 35 that is for sale here.
That's wooden.
No, that is made by Tai Xing in Taiwan. A 40-foot ketch. She's for sale.
Okay.
A steel boat again in process of rebuild. As I mentioned earlier, we've got 3 big projects on the go in the yard at the moment, and this is one of them. A wooden fishing boat that I made for...
Is it wood? It looks like steel. Huh?
No, this is a wooden boat. This is a boat that we made for a customer 4 years ago.
But it looks like steel one.
Yeah, but
Is it plywood?
marine ply and West System built. Charlie Boy is getting ready to be put in the water for this forthcoming season. I think we put her in October.
What is that one?
This is a Lavranos 34. Angelo Lavranos, a South African architect. He now operates out of New Zealand. We get a lot of his boats up here because having come from South Africa.
Ah, okay.
And they're always impressively solidly built.
So it's strong.
Very strong, very strong. You know,
What is it? Is a
fiberglass,
fiberglass? Yeah, but it's quite.
but it's very thick.
It's like maybe like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, here we have a load of storage for various customers that come in and we're working on their boats. So as we strip all the goods off them, we store them on site. We don't have to worry about theft or anything else. You know,
I see in the boatyard is very safe.
I think so. We the total losses that we've lost in the last 6 years is 1 solar panel and 1 pair of Adidas training shoes. And the back of the yard is speedboat storage for customers that live up country, and trailer storage, and then you're back into wild Africa. Behind us there's 2.5 kilometers of beautiful forest with monkeys and vervet monkeys and genet cat and special, really smart looking guinea fowl.
Yeah, but that is a very beautiful place. I invite you to come to Kilifi because it is a really good place for repairs and just to be here for travel in the middle of Africa.
Yeah, you can leave your boat here, and while she's here we'll look after it. You can then travel in Africa. We've got one couple that are going to leave their boat here for the next 10 months. They're buying a car here. We've facilitated that, get a carnet de passage, and then they're going to travel over Africa while we look after their boat for 8-10 months. So from here they're going to go down into the middle of Africa, into Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and maybe down to Botswana.
All the countries are safe, I know.
Yes.
Not in all the places in that, but generally in rural area is quite safe.
The rural areas are much safer than being
urban,
than the urban areas. And I mean, I've travelled all over Africa. I've worked all over Africa.
But where are you from? You're from?
I'm from Botswana.
Botswana. Yeah,
So,
nice place. I've never been in.
It's Africa for beginners.
Ah, okay.
No, really.
For beginners.
No, because it works. It's a nice, sensible, safe, law-abiding place. You can drink the water. The roads are good. The people are friendly, and there's very few people.
No violence.
No violence.
Oh, that's cool.
No, it's a really lovely place. But then there's no sea, so
yeah, no way to come. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's not possible to come by boat.
no.
No. I want to tell you that this is really a very cool place for yachting, so Africa is beautiful. And I highly recommend you to come here, because here is a convenient place to park, to travel all over Kenya, and just to repair on the shores of Africa.